We often talk here about the toxic nature of our politics and how it's seeping into our culture. And while I personally didn't watch the debate, being part of a third party has its advantages. I've seen and heard from enough people from a wide variety of perspectives who have watched it to kind of get a feel for at least how people are responding to it. And there's an overwhelming view that it's was a complete dumpster fire. It was one of the worst debates or political events to have happened in quite some time in many people's memory. But the perspectives that happening on is completely different. We have one side that thinks, their side was great and the other side was the whole problem. You've got the other side who thinks the exact opposite. And then you've got this group who's saying this whole thing is a disaster. This whole process has become a disaster. The whole political process has become a disaster. And we're not asking ourselves the question, how the hell we got here? At some point, we have to stop, take stock of what the hell's going on, figure out how we actually got here so we can move forward. But instead, we're just going back to the same old playbook that we've been doing for the last 40 years that have failed. We are trying to do a new type of politics here. It doesn't have to be that way. The type of toxic politics we are seeing all over the place doesn't have to exist. We, the average voters of this country, of the city, the state, your communities, we can demand different. We can demand that our politicians take different paths to their careers. We can demand they stop being careers. We can put an end to the political industrial complex. There's a lot of money to be made in having political campaigns. And it's not the politician that makes this money, it's the grifters. And we solve that by looking for people who are genuinely different. People who don't care about a political career. People whose only desire is because their community asked them to help. Because they've watched what's going on and they are so frustrated that they said, the hell with it, I'll do it. It's not just me. It's not just people of my political persuasion. There are Green Party members. There are independents. There are honorable Democrats and Republicans. They're hard to see, but they're there. Our media has failed us because they keep pretending that these standard politicians are our only option. They don't give small party candidates, independent candidates, candidates without money, access to the media. But it's their job to tell the community about what's going on. And small people trying to get into the big world of politics is news. It's an arrogance to think it's not. And we, as individuals, can change that. We can demand better from everybody, including ourselves. So while many of us are upset tonight, it is not the darkest days. The country has been in worse shape. But it is time for us to take stock, ask what really went wrong, look in the mirror, hold our own teams accountable, and then vote different. Thank you for your time. Good night, and love everybody.